Within each country in Latin America, back in the 1900s, power struggles have often erupted between rival groups, and the rulers could only hold power for a short time before being overthrown. The rulers became interested only in their own wishes. These caudillos, or Latin American military leaders who seized power and ruled as a dictator, created oligarchies, or systems of government in which a small elite has ruling power. Today, we have a secretly filmed, exclusive interview with one of these leaders, Fidel Castro of Cuba. But first, let's go over to our field reporter in Cuba, Juan Pablo.
As you can see, I'm in Cuba, posing as a Canadian. With me, I have a local man who has lived through Castro's tyranny. And, Señor Dazem, información de Castro.
Hace 53 años que Castro tomó el poder en Cuba. Era un joven abogado de 32 años que llevó a un puñado de rebeldes en una lucha guerrilla largo contra una dictadura corrupta, Fulgencio Batista. Por supuesto, la gente lo amaba porque quiso cambio.
What he's saying is that it's been 53 years since Castro, who was a young lawyer leading rebels, seized power from the corrupt leadership of Fulgencio Batista. The people loved Castro at that point, as they wanted to change badly.
Castro, bajo el disfraz de querer convertir a Cuba democrática, ni siquiera obtuvo el apoyo americano. Se rebeló y tomó el poder, pero fue a partir de este momento que sus promesas se rompieron. Castro se convirtió en un líder comunista marxista y comenzó a oponerse a los Estados Unidos y ayudar a los soviets. Debido a esto y la relación con el empeoramiento de Cuba, América impuso un embargo de Cuba. Es por eso que no tenemos los suministros americanos.
Again, I'll translate for you. As the Cubans had little education exposure to the world, Castro, under disguise of wanting to make Cuba democratic, even gains America's support. He staged a coup d'etat, or a revolt, usually by military leaders against a nation's government. But Castro ended up becoming a Marxist communist leader and started to oppose America and help the Soviets. Because of this, the worsening relationship between Cuba, America placed an embargo on Cuba. An embargo is a complete halt in trade. This is why Cuba doesn't have American goods. Adios, senor. Muchas gracias. Thank you, Mr. Castro, for agreeing to speak with me, an obvious Canadian reporter.
You're welcome. I've always wanted the world to know my side of the story.
So tell me of past relations with the U.S.
In 1961, the United States trained and equipped Cuban exiles in the Bay of Pigs invasion, hoping to overthrow me. My forces defeated them, and it was a complete failure for the U.S. It was from then on that I and other Latin Americans criticized the U.S. So after the invasion, I sought closer relations with the Soviet Union, and I even let them build missile bases here. It was a necessary step, as I clearly could not trust Americans, and our country needed the support of a strong nation. The U.S. set up a naval blockade of my country in hopes to stop the Soviets, and almost started another world war when Soviet ships sailed here with atomic missiles. In the end, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles if the U.S. pledged not to invade Cuba. The U.S. was a bully, and though we are safe from them, we still hold a grudge.
This is very interesting. How about today?
Well, since the U.S. placed an embargo on Cuba, we do not get many goods from them. They eased some policies since the embargo was wisely condemned and ignored by the UN. Now that my brother Raul is in power, he may embrace new ideas. Restrictions have been loosened on Cubans, and things are changing. Relations may improve, but I still feel that we can never trust the United States.
Thank you for your input. This is Juan Pablo CNN with Fidel Castro.
Signing out.